but it's not gotten them much in this game. That final third has failed them. Up the two set up. They're back. Again. Back to goal from here. They're pressing it. Released upfield. Recovered by Qatar and cleared in one motion. Welcome in. I'm waiting on the Ally 400 to begin. No pre-race show, I guess. Been looking on a few different things. And you got the choice of Law and Order SVU or the nightly news. So I'm just getting some stuff prepared. Words are hard. Currently have the soccer game between Qatar and Haiti on right now until we get started. So I'm going to add the starting lineups here as we get ready to go. Had a week off. I was in Florida, in Panama City, where you cannot get into the actual ocean due to the waves. So I'm glad to be back. Joe will be joining me here in a little while. He had to make a run due to his occupation, so he will be here shortly. So I'm just ready to get this race stream underway, getting ready to get set up. Thanks for joining. Let me know how you found us. James Cushing, I have no cable to watch any free websites. I got diecast. Can't find a stream that shows the race. Will you show the race? James, I am not allowed to show the race because that would be a copyright, and I would immediately get booted off the internet. Jose Navarro, if you would like to win a diecast, all you have to do is like and subscribe to the channel. And at 500 subscribers, which we are currently at 405, so we should be there very shortly, you will have the opportunity to win a free diecast due to the randomizer that I will use as an appreciation for, joining the channel and supporting NASCAR with us. So like I said, getting ready to add in the starting lineups here so that we can check in as this race gets underway here shortly. Let me know who you are pulling for today's race. Looks like Tyler Reddick and Ross Chastain were really, really fast in both practice and qualifying. Also, William Byron looks to be really, really fast. I know Hendrick has done really well here lately. I guess obviously the surprise is Justin Haley qualifying in the top 5. I'm not sure a lot of people had that ever. If you did have that, you're lying. You never would have guessed that Justin Haley would have qualified in the top 5. And, that's all right. Good for him. Good for Colleague Racing. William. Spelled that wrong. And then 6. We got Martin Truex Jr. So again, let me know who you're rooting for or who do you think has a chance to win today's race. Joe and I, we did not do a show this week as we were in Florida, both of us, at the same place. I was with family. Joe was not. He was down there. I guess technically he probably was with a family member and family, but it was not a family vacation, if that makes sense. So we are jumping back, getting back into the flow of things, getting back to the norm. So this will be the first race that we've seen on NBC. We'll see how that goes. If you enjoy that type of racing broadcast, it can't be much worse. I mean, it can't be worse, right? Fox was bad. There's no way it'll be worse than Fox. I'm going to go ahead and turn it to the race. Oh, we got a penalty kick. Better watch it real quick. And if you've never done this before, check in on the fan rewards. If you can see that, they got some really nice stuff. It's easy to acquire points and definitely worth it to do that in the long run. Chance to wave the green flag during qualifying, ride in the pace car, get free tickets, all kinds of stuff on there for free. All you have to do is check in. Wait on this penalty kick real quick. Haiti needs this. I know a lot of you are Haiti, Qatar, Qatar, however you want to pronounce it, soccer fans out there. This is what happens. We have no pre-race. Ready to roll. Guessed wrong. Tied up. All you soccer bettors with Haiti and Cutter in the CONCACAF Gold Cup. I'm sorry. All right. Let's find where we're trying to go. NBC. Probably catch the tail end of the news. Okay. So we're ready to rock and roll. I guess I should preface it that I have storms in my area. So if I lose power, it's because there are thunderstorms, severe thunderstorm, and a tornado watch for my entire area. So if I disappear, it's probably because my electric went out, and I cannot do anything about that. So sorry if that does happen. It's not that I disappeared, or maybe if it's a tornado, maybe I will. I don't know. Hopefully not. But yeah, let me know where you're coming in from. How did you find us? Have you already subscribed to the channel? Are you just browsing or perusing YouTube and saw this and decided you want to check in? We like to have an opportunity to be with you, bring you some excitement, some fun, like a community here at Stuck in the Catch Fence. I always got bored watching races by myself and enjoyed watching it with others, and that's why I jumped in and started to try to do these things because it's enjoyable to me. So yeah, glad you're here and thanks for joining. We'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Oh, normally I don't watch the pre-race show, but at least it gives you something to talk about. So it's kind of awkward. Obviously, we're now getting into the second part of the regular season. Let me know who your driver is. Is he doing well? Has he been driving well? Is there somebody in the second half of the season that you're, looking to see if they come to form or retain form? Obviously, William Byron, can he continue that fast speed at practice and qualifying or any type of evidence? Yes. He's been really fast. And it looks like, at least so far, and Hendrick has done really, really good, like I said, on this. All right. Just ready for this to get going. So thank you again for joining. I'm glad you're here. All right. About 5 minutes away, at least from the coverage starting. That means we will not get the actual race probably until at least 7:15, 7:20, which is an unique situation given the fact that this is a Sunday evening and not a Saturday, and there's no holiday tomorrow. So, mile and a third track, 400 miles, all concrete. So, essentially, Dover lost this track or lost this race, and instead they gave a mile and a third concrete track another race, even though like Nashville was kind of dead in the water there for a while with the super speedway, mile and a third super speedway. Last year had a really, really good race here. I believe there was like 3 or 4 wide going to the final flag. Ended up being won by Chase Elliott. Kyle Larson won the year before. So lanes everywhere. I mean, you can run low, you can run high. Obviously, the advantage, I always think the advantage if a track allows you to run high is to run high. But that's just me. Squamous cell cancer. That's not good. All right. Again, just waiting for Channel 5 to. Well, Channel 5 for me. I don't know what's for you guys. So. Until finally, I cancer free. After an instant yes, when Bill proposed, the two married earlier this month. Duh. Can I see live stream chat on Facebook? I will check. I don't know, Zach. Thanks for messaging me. What am I doing? Again, still waiting on this to get going. Oh my God, I opened up a second. It was such a day and a celebration of everything life after cancer should be. Hand in hand, step by step, they gave her away after giving her a second chance at life. Four lives forever connected through the miracle of medicine and the power of love. In the ceremony, when the do I collect diecasts? Yes, I do. Because they gave me life to allow. Got to watch my Kyle Busch win. Okay, so Atlanta, Georgia, and saw a video a few months ago that you did was done well and started following you. Well, thank you, Chain Gang Sauce. Who you rooting for today, bud? Be glad to know that. Zach, no, I can't see Facebook, the live chat, but I will try to put it on my phone. Not that I want to hear myself talk, but I will see if I can follow the live chat on my phone. Oh, yeah, let's turn that down. Don't want to hear myself twice. All right. So I got diecast, live stream. I collect diecast, yes. All right. So I got it pulled up. So I have no idea how to lay this. So if you want to comment, I can let you know. It's kind of maybe that's why. See, if I get high tech enough, I can have like this dual monitor system. But I currently don't have that because I'm cheap. Just don't feel like doing that. So Kyle Busch, 100%, second fastest in qualifying. He definitely has a race car to win today. He even bobbled and got second fastest lap. He bobbled in practice too, which resulted in him spinning in a circle. Unfortunately, obviously, I'm rocking the retro Kyle Busch stuff today. Is that still okay? Are we allowed to still root on the M&Ms? Hey, NBC is actually showing a race. See, now they're in downtown Nashville. And this track is nowhere close to downtown Nashville. It's actually about 40 minutes away. On my trip back from Panama City, I drove by there because I thought about going. And honest to God, on my way back home, they announced that this was a sellout. Wow, they got the cars on track. So this is literally no pre-race, no nothing. This is wild. We had no pre-race show. We had no nothing. It's just, hey, I'm jumping on. We're jumping on live here. So, okay, Zach, I see you now. I guess I'll jump in and check once in a while because I never did think about that. But Zach, are you rooting on? You got Alex Bowman winning today? Is that you got your boy Bowman? I'm sure you do. Was not very fast compared to the normal. But yeah. So NBC says the hell with the grid walk and all that stuff that you've been watching on Fox. We're literally going to turn on our broadcast, and you are going to see the race within like 2 laps. So that's wild. That's definitely new. I don't remember them doing that. I mean, hell, the Fox or the excuse me, the Craftsman Truck Series and the Xfinity Series have more of a pre-race show than what we have on the Cup Series. But 7 o'clock on a Sunday, I guess they're ready to go. So yeah, ready to rock and roll. Hopefully NASCAR's website works. It did not work last time. Raw feed. Hey, hot diggity damn. Let's go. Let's add this here. Blah, 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 blah. That's not what I wanted. Share. NASCAR. Yahtzee. There we go. We're live now. Should we do double? No, that's trash. I'll just put myself down here so you guys can see that. Cutting straight to the point, only running overtime too. I wouldn't doubt it. Last night, I don't know if you watched the Xfinity race, Zach. No, you've been busy, but it was a shit show. Like the Xfinity race normally been pretty good. Last night it was pretty rough, and there was a ton of just bad driving, I guess. And they had a few overtimes themselves, and even the announcers kind of sounded like they were sick of it, which is pretty bad for an Xfinity race. But yeah, so we'll see if we get any type of action like that. I just hope we get some good racing. The last race stream we did, it was the Fall Asleep Sonoma 350. Whew. Chain gang saws. I'm not sure. Asthma night race was insane. You may have got spell checked on that one. And I'm also slow. So those are not things. Last night's race was insane. Okay, I'm shocked there was cars right. Exactly. It was wild. And that's the thing with like Xfinity. Sometimes you get really, really, really good racing. I would say more often than not, you get really, really good racing. And then there's just other times it's so bad. Let me know when you guys are watching if the microphone's too loud, if my TV's too loud. When Joe jumps on, I have to put my headset on. I can't hear pretty much the race anyway. But yeah, I'm glad you're joining us. Thanks. Hopefully we get a good race. And like Zach said, we'll probably get 15 overtime. So where we all go into work very, very tired tomorrow. If you are privileged enough to go to work in the AM. Oh, I was going to say, I got to put this in here. Joe said his drivers, these are Joe's drivers. So they are Larson, like usual, Pagano, Blaney, Truex, and LaJoy. And boogity. We're underway. It'll be hard to see Tyler Reddick's car tonight unless it's running up front. Very different. I believe he partnered with Garth Brooks for this 615 radio. I think it's 615. Oh my God. And my TV just, oh, thank God Kevin went to the, is trying to show the weather that I was telling you guys about, which I could give a shit less. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I get to hear the weather. I can't even wait for the NASCAR coverage to get a full screen commercial or side by side, which is what we normally do. I get the freaking weather to interrupt me today. Are you kidding me? Who am I going to root for, Chain Gang, with outside of KFB? I always been rooting for Christopher Bell. This is actually a Christopher Bell autograph race car right here. He's my other guy that I really root for. I do like Tyler Reddick as well, but I'm always rooting for Christopher Bell if Rowdy is not able to get it done. So yeah, I would say Chain Gang, they're going to try to bring the emotion that Fox wasn't able to do. They got the benefit of watching half of the regular season of Fox and their downfalls and everything that people are online complaining about. They can then themselves try to make a difference. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has always been more lively, and I think Jeff Burton to a certain extent too. So I think that they're just going to naturally do that as well. Looks like I got my boy on there right now. Kyle Busch is up to 10th, if that is correct. So he's up one. Looks like everybody's. What I predict is the more the rubber gets laid down on today's track as well, the line's going to push up the track. That's what typically starts out on concrete racetracks is you'll see one or two lanes, and you can kind of see the groove there too. It's about 3 lanes high right now. They're going to continue to get rubber on the track, and as this goes into nighttime, you're going to see these cars stick better as well. It's probably the more slick right now with the sun being on the asphalt for the majority of the day. But I would not be surprised at all if this is towards the fence towards the end. And, if that's the case, Tyler Reddick is one of the best at running up there. And obviously, Kyle Larson is probably the best at running up against the wall as well. I'm going to put in my drivers real quick. Oh my God, I can't type. So I had MTJ, had Martin Truex, Byron, trying to remember now, Reddick. The other one, Reddick, Chastain, and the Dinger. Those are my what we typically do. Again, thanks for joining us for the Ally 400. And I say us, it's not just me. We're in a community here at Stuck in the Catch Fence. Join the chat. Let us know what you're thinking, who you're rooting for, how you found us. Looks like Ross Chastain has some speed. Again, these were the class of the field in practice. Joe is on a run for work. So he will be joining us here in a little bit. Again, if you have not subscribed, once we get to 500, we are over 400. So since we went on break, we are over 400 now subscribers. So I do want to thank everybody for that. But once we get to 500, we will be giving away a diecast. So yeah, let me know when you like and subscribe. And if you want to share this out, get more people to see this, feel free to. Justin Haley up to 6, or down to 6, more appropriately. Yeah, qualifying in the top 5. Bowman in 16th playoff place, which he would not be there if it wasn't for a penalty. He had a penalty. He actually has had 2 penalties, but one of them was rescinded. A lot of people questioning that. See, Steve Letarte bringing you everything that you just heard from me a few minutes ago. But man, Harvick down in 17th. Allmendinger won yesterday's race. Ross Chastain's brother wrecked somebody during the Xfinity race that led to one of the cautions towards the end of that race. Reddick and Chastain just running back to back. And this is already something different. They really don't need to show the points leader right now. Save it for the last 50 laps. Well, that makes sense. I think the only reason why they're doing that, chain gang, is because this is their first opportunity for NBC to show them that stuff. Zach, I promise you, they are not streaming me. I promise you that is not the case. I just want to say that maybe Steve Letarte and I have something in common. It's definitely not height. So maybe it's just slight NASCAR knowledge. Just slight. Very little. Very small. Anybody in the back moved up any? Corey LaJoy is up to 30th. Todd Gilliland's moved up some. Noah Gragson. Let me look at my lineup. I play FanDuel. I don't know if you guys have ever played FanDuel. We did some videos on that. YouTube's not very friendly when it comes to sharing that stuff out. Let's see what we got going on here. Pompousness. Holy shit, I've never said that word in my entire life. And it sounded like it. That was rough. So we have our first commercial. What are we? 15 laps in. So that is obviously a difference. Normally we're about 4, 5 in all seriousness with Fox. So that's a huge difference. Hey, $1 in $21 right now for one of my lineups. So we'll just go ahead and whenever you saw, I'll show you that. I got to show you guys this because it'll disappear very quickly. So there you go. In first place, that'll disappear. That'll disappear. I love playing FanDuel NASCAR. It is my favorite thing out of all the things that I do. We have a league, and that's something that when this channel grows, that'll be something that we definitely do too, is have a league when it comes to FanDuel NASCAR, something that I'll lead. But I've done that for a while. I literally have led leagues on FanDuel for basketball, for football. Now we're doing it in NASCAR. And the more people that we have that get interested into the sport. And again, the goal of this channel is to be a community to where we all get to talk sports, NASCAR in particular. So, yeah, you're right. No Super Six, no winning Clint's money this week. But yeah, like to just join in, and the show is a mold of what you want it to be. Yeah, we're going to talk about the key highlights, about the news, about what we think's happening in this sport. But more importantly is like we want you to be integrated into this and for it to continue to be a conversation. Like that's one thing that I think is changing. ESPN doesn't allow you the ability to talk to the people as they're broadcasting the sport or as they're telling you about the sport. So you're having to do that by yourself. And now as we become more integrated into, this cyber space, yeah, it's cool to get your information, but I also think it's cool to be out there with people that know just as much about it as you do, or can feel like they're a part of growing this as well and being engaged in it. It's one thing to follow it and like it. It's another thing to have a group of people, a community to interact with and for it to grow with. And, I think we're getting there. I mean, we've done this from scratch. We have started this from scratch. It is very raw still. The lighting may not be the best. The camera feed may not be the best, but hopefully what you're hearing is, and more importantly, it's entertaining to you guys because we want this to grow. We're at 400 subscribers in 4 months. So, uh-oh. So Kyle is falling. Where's he at now? Oh God. Where are we at? Oh, so he had to get it fixed. Yeah. Looks like they got a puncture in the tire. So they're just going to be off kilter when it comes to pitting. Like he said, I mean, we're not even 40 laps into a 300 lap race. Easily can get 9 psi in his tire. That's not very good. Easily can get back on the lead lap as soon as we have a caution. If he's still remaining with the same speed, then he'll be the first car a lap down. He'll regain that at worst case scenario back on the end of stage one. So nice paint scheme though from Cheddar's. Don't have the croissant on it, but do have the stars and bars and very nice looking paint scheme. Yes, I'm biased. I can't help it. It's a damn good looking car with a damn good driver in it. Freaky Stenhouse got a big old wiener on the side of his. That's probably Zach's favorite car. He had the Ally car at Sonoma, so I'm sure he likes the car with the big wiener on the side. You know you do, Zach. You know you do. It's like Ross and Tyler. That clean air cushion. And see, Tyler's running the bottom. You've seen him everywhere. Wherever the other one's going, slightly better. Slightly better, Zach. Trying to go wherever the other guy's not going. And every time you go the same line that he is, you don't gain that clean air and then you lose ground. So it's really just a cat and mouse game right now. And I mean, they're already catching up on lap traffic as well. It'll be interesting too, now with the week off. Do we see anything different from the tires? Last year we had an issue with the tires blowing up, and this year it's like Goodyear went to the table and said, "Hey, we're going to make a bowling ball for a tire. They're not going to have any wear." And typically your concrete tracks are the number one source of wearing out a tire. They just are typically that way due to asphalt, or more so than asphalt. So I will be interested to see if we see anything different in this race, because you definitely want that option of seeing 2 to 4 tire differences. And also, the more you run on these tires, you'll see cars getting faster on the long runs and cars getting slower. But if everybody's out there rolling on, Flintstone tires, then it's not going to matter. LaJoy up to 26 out there starting in last, so that's good for him. Haley is stuck comfortably in the top 10 and 7th. Bubba Wallace, as we did a video on him, wondering why he gets treated differently after bringing up something that was already dead and nobody was talking about anymore. Shared some interesting shorts this past week. I don't know if YouTube wasn't really willing to push him out, which it happens. Sometimes they'll let 2,000 people see him, and sometimes they'll let 6. But oh man, Ryan Blaney just smoked the wall. Didn't stop him. Yeah, exactly, man. When the last time, I mean, what is this? NASCAR is going to find out that every time you hit the wall, you get more speed. Him and Ross Chastain. I mean, he literally smoked his ass in on the wall and gained 6 miles per hour. It looked like Bubba Wallace did. That was wild. What? That was crazy. Let's look at this again. I mean, the only thing I can think, Zach, is he just said hell with it. I'm not going to press the brake at all. So I'm going to, just send it. And it worked. I thought Bubba ran him into the fence. I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. Does everybody think they get sent into the fence now? I mean, that definitely did not look like Bubba had any part of putting him in the fence. Now, Bubba's really slow right now. He's lost like 4 spots. Uh-oh, brake issue. Definitely don't want to have the same brake issues that we saw on the last concrete track, which was Gateway. All right. Off subject. A UTS pouting out here, and my dog was rolling in the mud and just jumped on my bed and wrecked it. Mud everywhere. It's pouring out there. It's actually pouring where we are as well. Okay, so NBC. Sorry to hear that, Chain Gang. Zach's got a new dog, and he just eats everything. He would probably jump on a bed dirty as well. I'm not sure what the logic was for NBC to say, hey, let's put two guys on pit road and have them talk where nobody can hear them. But yeah, there's Dale Jr. and Jeff Burton screaming into their microphones to go to break when you have no idea what the hell they just said anyway. So currently looking at the top 10 as we go to our second full screen commercial. Ross Chastain in first, Tyler Reddick second, Martin Truex third, William Byron and Denny Hamlin round out fourth and fifth. Justin Haley has gained a spot up to sixth place. Chase Elliott in seventh, and you know Chase Elliott, one that you have to pay attention to because he definitely needs a win. Joey Logano in eighth, Chris Buescher in ninth, Ryan Blaney in 10th. Haven't really seen a whole lot. Christopher Bell has worked his way up to 14th. AJ Allmendinger was somebody that I really liked today. I picked him. I thought he looked good in the Xfinity race yesterday. As we mentioned before, Kyle Busch. Wow, he is still in last. Well, that's not good. He had a tire issue, so he is currently in last place. Chase Briscoe is a lap down. His horrific year continues. And then Todd Gilliland is in next to last. I'm not sure if he had an issue. Noah Gragson up to 26th. This is his first race back since having the concussion. His first of two concussions. One was clinically diagnosed after hitting the wall due to a brake issue, so he missed Sonoma. The first concussion he had was actually provided by Ross Chastain on the side of his face. Daniel Suarez was in the top 10. He qualified 10th. He is down to 23rd. Outside of that, Bubba Wallace has been slipping. He qualified 9th. He's now in 15th. That's pretty much it. 37 laps into today's race. We've been green flag for almost 20 minutes. We had a thunderstorm warning all day. Got a ton of wind. 17 raindrops. We had a drought there for a while here in Indiana, Zach. It went above 2 weeks. So far, I'm liking this way more than Fox. It's definitely different. Fox was not good. So, oh yeah, I get another weather update. Hail-producing thunderstorms, Zach. Moving to southeast Indiana, you get hail-producing thunderstorms. Huh. Wild. Get this in here real quick. Podcast. There we go. So add that. There we go. All right, looks like we've gone back to racing on everybody else's TV, not mine. Interviewing Carl Edwards. Seen him more in the last 4 weeks around the NASCAR scene than we had for the last 5-6 years. So that's interesting. William Byron battling Martin Truex Jr. William Byron, by far the fastest Hendrick car consistently this year. It looked like another car just dove onto pit road. Couldn't tell who that was. Yeah. Yeah. If it does, Zach, I'll just have one of the kids run up onto the roof and fix it. You know, because I love my children. Come on, Kevin. I just want to watch NASCAR. This just in, it's raining. Looks like either Martin Truex again. I have like this much of a screen. Yeah, that's Truex in for some green flag pit stops. Holy cow! Kyle Larson in as well. See, this will cycle in the guys that have been a lap down. Like Kyle Busch is on a completely different pit strategy now. Not just to talk Kyle Busch, but I mean, he is the GOAT. Leader is in. Ross Chastain. Some of you hoping that he falls off the jack. I understand. And Tyler Reddick in as well. So obviously everybody following in, see if any undercuts change that running order at all. Looks like both Reddick and Chastain get off of pit road almost simultaneously. Logano's coming in. Byron's coming in. Bell with a solid stop. Yeah. Ooh, this might be a slower stop for Logano, having to get that tire. Not too bad. 10.3 is not terrible. 10.8 for Haley. It's amazing now, like, you can get under sub 10s. How did Kyle go 2 laps down and getting a washing machine delivered? We have not heard anything how we got 2 laps down. The only thing I can think is if he pitted or he's just back in that slower traffic after that unannounced or out of turn pit stop. That hasn't, to me, said anything for me to know. Oh, Michael McDowell is going to be black flagged, which is a drive-through. There's the Ally car on the sharper paint schemes when they run the black paint scheme. I like that one, Doug. I will say, if you have to have something delivered to you on a Sunday night, a washing machine would be one of those things. I mean, I know I just washed my clothes in a creek, but most of you aren't living off the grid like I am currently on YouTube live streaming this race. So we have lap 48. So about 42 laps to go in this stage, if my math is correct. Trying to see if Kyle is 2 laps down. Oh, boy. See, now on my screen, Kyle Busch is in 7th place. You just use the paddle wheel for the internet, don't you? It is what it is. You know me too well. now it has Kyle Busch in 7th place. So I don't know if maybe it glitched out when you were watching or looking at that chain gang. But now since Kyle Busch is off cycle compared to everybody else, I mean, that's not surprising to me that he's now in the top 10. Now, granted, he will have to pit in the next 20 laps. I think we said they were 22 laps in. So he's going to give up time, but he also gained time at that same time. I've had to take the old one up my long, steep driveway 3 times so far. This weather keeps canceling the delivery. Where are you living at, chain gang? Are you in a holler? Are you living off the grid as well? Zach is going to move to wherever you're having consistent raining because he's having a drought in Michigan, of all places. Just outside Atlanta, and yes, in a holler. Well, I've been going to Atlanta. Well, see, now this is kind of like, they say Atlanta Motor Speedway, but it's technically in Hampton. Been going to Hampton the last few years. Yeah, you guys have had rain. Oh, God. Zach, you told me earlier you would probably have to check out because you got a sweet new microwave coming in. I thought that's what you said earlier. Hey, I might have to check out. I got this badass microwave coming in with a fan, 3 different speeds. Was I wrong? Chest freezer for your bodies that you hide? We're going hunting. I know what that means. You got me all worried about Facebook now. See if the live chat and Facebook is said anything. An air fryer. Has anybody ever had a delivery of an air fryer? All right. Yeah, that's a really small track. I think it only holds like 50,000 people. So that's why when that track sells out, nobody loses their mind. Well, and after that pit stop cycle, well, Ross Chastain and Tyler Reddick are pretty much right where they were. The biggest loser so far, Justin Haley, down to 13th. That's not good. Kyle Busch up to 6th, so he's gained a spot. Byron's in 3rd, Truex is in 4th. So Toyotas are obviously fast today. Anybody else? Obviously, Michael McDowell, big loser in that because he had to go back in. Do you tip? Do you tip well when you do that, Zach? Do you like put the thing of water there so that makes it exciting for you? That's intense. Oh my. Just driving by. Uh-oh. The dinger sends it 3 wide. No way. He's got to lift out of that, right? Yeah. A little bit. So Allmendinger's going to move up. Oh, Noah Gragson racing Ross Chastain hard. Here we go. Don't want to go a lap down. Don't want to get hit in the face. Interesting Black Rifle Company skin. So this will help Tyler Reddick. And you can see Tyler Reddick's moved up. He's now half a lane higher, too, on the track than what he has been, as that grip, again, as the sun goes down, will increase. And it will move closer and closer to the wall. Oh, so Gragson has helped his cause. And see, this is something Fox would never show you. While we do have a battle for the lead, you would never see them actually show you the battle for 13th. And as I say that, they take it down. See, and this is what makes this track great. And this is why the racing later in the day, the last year's race, it was kind of slow at the beginning. Oh, no way he sends this 3 wide. But you can move to multiple lanes. And that's, again, what makes a track so great. And now Gragson will leave it. Reddick, he's going to try to go for it. He's got the speed. Trying to get the lead. Can he hold it up top? That was a good run there by Chastain, but he got a little bit loose coming out of 4. So now we'll see, how does Ross's car handle now in dirty air? He's been in the lead the entire race, almost 60 laps, 61 laps. How does his car handle now being in dirty air? So far, not too bad. And another good thing, too, is he's got multiple grooves to where he can run his car in different areas that he can try to get that clean air. And Ross lost quite a bit on that lap. Well, that was a good race. Uh-oh. You're going to show the punch. And see, that was Gragson's fault. I don't know what the hell he's all upset about. Don't touch me with your Fryer Boy haircut. Don't touch. Boom! Boom! Get the F out of here, he said. Bro, the shade. The shade is brutal. Mercy. No, Ross is making another stab at the lead. Let's go ahead and look at FanDuel. Hold on, I'm going to try something here. Pull that down for a second. Joe's trying to jump in, but having a few issues. So I'm going to stop sharing. Tyler Reddick. His 4th lap of this race, 30.318 seconds. Just under 158 miles an hour average speed on a mile and a third. Christopher Bell's climbed into 9th place. Larson's moving up. Kyle Busch hasn't lost any spots. Kyle could really use a caution. That, or I don't know if he can run this car. No, there's no way he could run it to the end of this stage. So he could really use a caution within the next 10 laps. That would probably be ideal. Not used to my mug now being the entire screen. Got Kyle and Chase going right now. Chase will be able to take this spot pretty easily. Uh-oh, battle for the lead. Ross Chastain wants it back. Man, he just able to handle that. He's going to slide. He tries to slide up. Good Lord, Ross Chastain makes everything interesting. I mean, it's like he can't just hold his line. He always has to make it to the point where he's going to wreck somebody every single time. Good God. That was wild. Allmendinger up to 11th. Haley keeps falling down. So it looks like Chastain's better in 1 and 2 and leads them to an opportunity at 3 and 4, but can't do nothing there. Gillen probably had a little bit to do with that. Let's see. We got some messages here, possibly. The drivers talk about not being able to really see where the groove is. Obviously, rubber's put down, but they don't know where that resin. So another thing, when they're using the tire that Goodyear's provided, Denny Hamlin talked about getting heat in the tires. So it used to be you would run the rubber off and then you would use it up and then it'd be kind of poor there moving forward when you're trying to make a move. But because these tires now, the way that they're built to withstand is they get really, really, really hot. And so you'll use it and they get real slick when they get really hot. So then you'll take a few laps off, then try to go back to getting that same type of run again, but trying to find that fine line of where you're finding speed, using up what you have in the tire. And then if you run them too hot for too long, then you absolutely will wreck the tire and it will be trashed from that point moving forward. But that was, I thought, an interesting conversation that Denny Hamlin had on his podcast, Actions Detrimental. So 45 minutes into the race, we have yet to hit stage 1. That seems pretty long for a first stage. I'm going to pull up back the race stream so you guys don't have to see my face anymore. Don't look like Joe's having any luck. So there we go. Now you guys can see the running order. Kyle still has about 4 seconds on Larson and then 8 seconds between him and Bell. It really comes down to how long can he go with those older tires. Pull up Twitter and see if there's anything on his radio. See what all's happening in terms of those areas. What is this? $20 to go on the stage. Chastain, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for sharing that, Zach. Appreciate it. Don't look like we have anything in terms of people commenting on the radios. Always like to go through Twitter once in a while to see that. No. Looks like we're pretty good so far. Ross and Tyler Reddick again, the class of the field so far. William Byron and Martin Truex been running with each other about the same speed, same distance. Yeah. So there you have it. 13 to go. Again, Christopher Bell started in 22nd.
Big mover since the start of the race. 11 positions already for Christopher Bell.
And Christopher started the year out pretty strong, and then lately has not been as good. But so far early in this race, good speed. Another car that's driven up to the field pretty nicely is Corey LaJoy. Corey.
Yeah, Corey started dead last.
A lot of repairs to this car after qualifying an accident. He had to start. And they're very back to back. He's driven up to 25th.
Yeah, they didn't have to go to a backup. They didn't have to shake basically the rear
All right.
quarter panel. Made some pretty decent contact with the back of the car up turn 4 qualifying, as you mentioned, Jeff, but we're able to stick with their primary car. LaJoy getting that opportunity to fill in for Chase Elliott. And
looks like Joe's having some internet issues. So he will not be able to join, it looks like, due to those internet issues, unfortunately. 10 laps to go. It looks like Kyle's been able to run it out. Holy smokes. Wow. Wouldn't have thought Front Row Motorsports would be holding down last and next to last, but there you go. They said Logano's in 22nd, 21st. It hasn't been 13th. The Dinger. That's my boy. It's my boy, the Dinger. Bro, you don't know the struggle. You don't know the struggle that we've had with. No, you do know the struggle that I've had with internet. It's rough, man. Thankfully, I've been able to get my stuff upgraded due to the offerings, but man, without it, hockey's rough. Warzone's rougher. That's brutal. So, yeah, at the end of this stage, I think you're going to see more teams make adjustments for the sun going down. It'll be interesting with car like Bell. I mean, he's advanced a lot. See, Kyle Busch there is literally running the tires off that thing. If he's able to run the end of the stage with that amount of laps on the tires, that'll be wild. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Christopher Bell is able to still maintain that same speed with the sun going down, because it's dramatically going to shift. It'll be a different track. It's kind of like Charlotte, when Charlotte is in the day and then goes to night. Tell Joe the Amish Mafia isn't that strong. He can cut ties. I wish he was here, Zach, because I can just imagine that he's cussing. And it's not just cussing. He's probably wanting to throw some stuff. Because he's probably trying to stream this race too. And he's probably unable to do both consistently. So he would probably try to Ross Chastain you right now. Kyle Busch, everything but the steering sucks. Oh, yeah. You'll definitely be able to do that later. Well, the race is getting tighter at the end. I mean, Byron and Martin Truex have just entered the picture out of nowhere. Wow. That's wild. Haven't seen like anybody remotely close to second place the entire first stage, and here with 3 to go. And see that's what's going to happen in this race, man. And that's why I'm excited. I literally think that we could have a 4 or 5 person battle for the end of this race, because with these concrete tracks, and especially when you add in the fact that it's going from day to night, it's gonna change so much. And I'm not surprised that Truex fast. He's back. A lot of people, I think, wrote him off last year. A lot of people wrote Kyle Busch off last year. That was just a Joe Gibbs thing. But they're back. So we're coming towards the end. This is the white flag here for the first stage. Corey LaJoie trying not to be passed. Not that he cares too much. He'll be the first. He'll be the lucky dog. So looks like Tyler Reddick's going to win through it. And we see 3 or 4 cars here running towards the end of stage 1, which is good news for us, the viewer, because that means everybody has speed. And I have no idea how he did it, but Kyle Busch runs about 25 to 27 laps longer than anybody else, has gained his lap back, and got stage points after having a puncture in his tire, going a lap down. Kyle effing Busch. That is wild. I mean, that is absolutely wild. Unbelievable. So stage 1 is complete. Go ahead and update the running order on the bottom here for the people just joining in. Thank you for checking out Stuck in the Catch Fence. Hopefully you're enjoying the race so far. Let me know who you're rooting for. Let me know how you found us, and hopefully you'll have a good time chatting it up with us as we enjoy tonight's Sunday night race. All right. 3. We got Willie B. Also, if you got a cool nickname for some of these guys, I'll listen to that. We're always trying to get some guys some cool nicknames. I know Zach does for Alex Bowman, but I'm not allowed to say it on air. Get canceled. 6th place. Chase. 7 is Rowdy. Bush. 8 is Young Money. And 9th, we got Seabell, other dirt racer right behind his comrade. And then the Dinger rounding out the top 10. So there we go. We'll run that down at the bottom so you guys can see. Tyler Reddick, Ross Shitstain, Willie B, Martin Truex, Denny Hamster, Chase, Rowdy Mother Effing Bush, Young Money Chris Bell, and the Dinger. Those are the ones getting some stage 1 points. Let's get back to the chat, see what we have to say. All right. Go Ryan. That is Joe. He is very hot and bothered right now. Okay, new washer is in, and first load is starting. Somehow Kyle Busch gets to the top 10 with rubber bands. Yes, he did, Shane Gang, because he's Kyle effing Busch. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Should I pin that to the top? I probably should. I should probably pin that to the top. All right, here we go. Pit stops. Kyle, do not speed. Do not give it all away by speeding. Hamster, fall off the jack. 9.8 for Truex. That's a good stop. That probably will gain him third place. No, 9.0 by Hamlin. Damn. Goddamn. Oh my goodness. And then Byron. I thought he would get third place. It don't matter. That group is on fire. Holy smokes. That is wild, man. How the hell is his pit crew that fast? Kyle is speeding. Shut up, Joe. I'll fight you right now. Fight you right now. Yeah, if he took 2 tires, yeah, we're screwed. Let's see. PRN reports Tyler Reddick said his car is too loose getting on the throttle. Ross Chastain, who led most of the laps, says he's too tight on the front. So his crew made an air pressure adjustment. Oh my God. Kyle Busch too fast on pit road. How the hell do you go too fast? How do you go too fast when there's people in front of you? Harvick too fast on pit road. Kyle too fast. I can't do this. It's every week. Almost every week. I just didn't know you'd be first on the scene, Joe. I just thought you were trying to bring me down. And because you're upset. I don't know. What? I don't know. Joe did jinx him. I mean, he was probably telling it because he knew. Oh, yay. Next week, racing in Chicago, where they just had to cancel an event due to shootings. But I got to share this with you guys. Not this. This is sadness. But what do you guys think about that? What if I told you that picture? Oh, did it not share? Yeah. What if I had told you I have a picture of Garth Brooks, 4 foot tall, Tyler Reddick, and Michael Jordan all in one picture? What if I said that? I had to see that. So I wanted everybody else to see it. Could you imagine saying that I saw Michael Jordan, Garth Brooks, and Tyler Reddick hanging out together? You think anybody believe you? No. No. Shut up, Parker Clickerman. Is that Parker? I don't even know. I don't care. God bless.
was held here in Chicago, to Edison, and back to Chicago. It was 54 miles. It took 10 hours and 23 minutes. I know
I just can't. I can't do this.
That this city has for this racetrack. As I walked around here today, you can see fans and people taking pictures of the course being set up, the grandstands, all the event atmosphere around here is starting to build up. You can just tell that everyone's excited.
Yeah, smiles on everyone's face. Parker, thank you so much for being out there. We appreciate that. Getting us a little preview of what we're going to see next week. Oh, it's going to be so awesome. A few quick updates. The 4 and the 8 both caught speeding, and AJ Allmendinger lost a few spots with a slow pit stop. Coming back to
Dinger, slow pit stop. Byron out front now. Fanning out wide. Who's sending me messages? Joe. Sorry, bud. Whoa! 3 wide going into the turn. Look at Truex. Look at Truex. Oh my God. Look at this. This is racing. I don't give a shit if my guy's in the back or not. Here we go. Boys, this is what we're going to see at the end of this race. We got too many good cars out there today. This is wild. This is wild. Trying to push him down low. Holy cow. 3 wide now for multiple laps. Let's go. Let's go. Let's watch some racing, boys. Where do you want to be? I mean, you don't want to be in the middle, right? Like if you're in the 3 wide, you don't want to be in the middle. Nobody's lifting. Nobody's giving up. The spotter has shit his pants like 6 times. Ooh, looks like coming out of it a little bit was Truex, but then they make contact, and that'll make Truex get a good run. Oh, Truex going clear. Good racing. That's some good racing right there. That was good racing. That was fun. All right. Helmet's going up until Kyle Busch gets another penalty. So we'll keep it close by. The guy from Pacific Rim. Nobody knows who that is. If I put a gun to your head and you said, give me the lead actor for Pacific Rim, you would help take the safety off. That's what you do. And I understand that. All right. Blaney's coming up there. Ooh. Side draft. I don't know if it's a side draft if you just run into the side of the other car. Blaney got his first win in 59 races. Nobody cared because somebody got punched in the face.
This fight continues as Larson on that outside line, but you see the side drafting.
These cars don't really side draft. They're too flat. Charlie Day. You just made up an average white guy's name. Don't tell me that's his real name. Don't you know that's just an average white guy name that you just made up. All right. Let's look. Ryan, you're flat. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I'm not my singing voice is flat. My energy is flat. My chest is flat. What are we doing? What are we talking about? I'm checking FanDuel, Joe. You think you got a chance? Nah. Nah, you ain't got a chance. You're flat. I don't even know what that means, though. I asked like 15 questions, and you said yes. Oh, yeah. Winning by 30 points. Joseph Spillman in last. It's tough. Excuse me. I haven't taken one bathroom break. That's pretty good. The dinger is fast today, boys. Chris Buescher's been fast. It's weird that Buescher's been fast, but Keselowski has been middling. Keselowski's in 19th. What the hell? What's your boy doing? What is your boy doing, Zach? Good Lord. Try to plow him in the rear because of that freaking Sonoma car. Jeez. You can take the pride off the car, but you can't take the pride out of Bowman. I'm telling you. Unbelievable. Wonder where Kyle's up to now. Can I check? See, on my screen, this is really little. 23rd, it says. Plow him in the rear. That's right. Ty Gibbs and the Interstate Battery Slut car, since every single Joe Gibbs driver will be running the same exact Interstate Batteries paint scheme. So Interstate Batteries being a slut for Joe Gibbs. And we're going to commercial. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. We have had plenty of conversation. Joe is here. His internet is not. We got Zach, a.k.a. Zoe. Chain Gang Saw has joined us. We had one guy asking if I could just play this race on the stream. I cannot because I am not looking to get suspended. YouTube already has issues with me at times. And we had one other person, Jose Navarro, say, "You got diecast." And then he dipped. So I do have diecast, actually. Dylan running Huck gear. Yes, he is. He's running that camouflage Huck gear. You a Huck guy? Huck. I'm more when I go to Talladega, I'm gonna get a shirt too. Guy Harvey. I like it. So if you're the hunter, you got Huck and Fisherman. You got Huck, Columbia, Guy Harvey. Insert other brand. What do you want? What are you putting on for fishing? PFG. Let's just say that Pro Fishing, or I think it's Pro Fishing Gear. PFG. What are you out here running? Check the Twitter sphere while we have a commercial break. What in God's name? Let's see. Hold on. Woo! 5 sneezes. That was intense. Martin Truex has a 1 second lead. Oh man, that was brutal. I got more. Oh my god, I think I'm dying.
Save up to 30% now at odds.com today.
Whew. I'm okay.
What a crowd, Rick. I mean, it's a sellout. The place looks amazing. We were coming in early today, and the parking lot was already half full. I mean, these people
All
came
right.
out, they came out in droves all day long. This is the party is continuing.
Mossy Oak or Badlands, but I'm ecstatic anytime there's outdoor companies on a platform. Understand that? Woo. Larson and Blaney have been battling for a minute. Kyle Busch is now cracked inside the top 20. Allmendinger has yet to get by Chris Buescher. And the top 5 has steadily been the same in the top 5. We have not yet had a natural caution. Oh, look, there's Kyle Busch. Wow, I'm going to have to go upstairs and blow my nose. Almost died. Some attacked me. Some dust bunny just came up and kicked my ass. All right. I will be right back. Once you guys hear this while I'm gone.
30 wins. In fact, he had a winless year last year. So, when you think of 30 wins, it was fun. We had him on the Peacock pit box during qualifying, and he reminded me of the Truex that was so close to winning some of those championships, winning all those races. Had a smile on his face, was excited to be here. Him and James Small have definitely had some ups and downs. There's James on top of the pit box. Their communication style is a little unlike anything else. We heard about how Allmendinger gets fiery on the radio. Well, this time I'll actually reverse it. I think Truex is the calm one on the radio. James is the one that kind of pokes him back a little bit, but it works for these two.
Well, a lot of criticism last year, right? He didn't make the playoffs. They finished 4th in regular season points, but he didn't make the playoffs. And Truex is a driver that we become accustomed to contending for championships. And, 4th in regular season is great, but you got to win. And they found they didn't win, but this year they've been able to get those wins, and things are much, much better.
Well, there's action. We saw that 3-wide battle for the lead was just, my mind was blowing. It was exploding trying to figure out what's happening. But they're banging all over the racetrack. We've seen the 16 and the 48 go back and forth on one another. The 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and the 3 of Austin Dillon, they also have, I won't say traded words, but traded some gestures, took a couple swipes at each other on the racetrack. You can see right here, this is the 47. He was clear-ish. I mean, he comes all the way up right here. And I mean, the 3, I think, has no choice. I don't know if he's going to continue to take him up, but there's actual contact.
I think the 47.
All right.
Bobble right there. You chase it up into the 3.
Man, look at the 48 and the dinger. That battle's been going on for a minute. I see Ricky Stenhouse put his wiener where it didn't belong. Unbelievable. What do you mean, Zach? Ever feel like every race I've watched this year has been like this, picking rough weekends to watch the 2? I'm okay with this. I think it's going to change. I mean, there's some good racing in the pack. Obviously, we haven't had a whole lot up front. Anybody tried the Busch Light Peach? Not great. Not great. Busch Light Apple. Much, much better.
lose your minds. Well, not a daddy. Stenhouse was just right into the back bumper. The 22 car lost a lot of air. Lost the whole car, and the board's going to get tied right here. 22 following backwards through the field. Logano is struggling. Martin now in the charge trying to get to this 22. You see 22 in the high lane.
Not a lot going on right now. 1 second differential between Truex and Byron. Reddick and Chastain have done nothing. Yeah, I see that. I wouldn't say there's just one line. I mean, they're running 3 different grooves, but it'd be nice to see some back and forth action up front. That's for damn sure. But I mean, for God's sakes, if you watched Sonoma 2 weeks ago, there's been more action in the first stage than we had the entire race. And that's no joke. That was just a god awful. Well, I mean, Joe and I both had some things to do, so we streamed for just a little bit, and it's a good thing because you probably would have seen us fall asleep, like straight up in the middle of this stream. I'm about to go to another commercial break. Yes, they did race. They raced here for the last 2 years, Zach. First year they raced here, Kyle Larson won, part of his 10 wins. And then last year, Chase Elliott won. And legit, the final restart, it was almost 5 wide for like second, third, fourth place. They've been like last year had a weird start time. It was like 5 o'clock. And then it went late into the night because of rain. There is some rain in the forecast, but I think it's going to miss. Let's check out, see if there's any news coming from anybody in the Twitter sphere. AJ Allmendinger, who is racing Chris Buescher for 10th place, says he's a blocking motherfucker. So there you go. After incurring penalties on pit stops, Kyle Busch is now in 16th. Kevin Harvick is in 20th. Black Flag Matters has asked, how do you think the NBC broadcast has been so far? Right now, everybody seems like they've liked it. So that's a good thing. Seems like the Chain Gang Saul said the same thing. About 10 laps until we get some green flag pit stops. Anything else out here? Alex Bowman, AJ Allmendinger. Bowman is told by spotter Kevin Hamlin, stay aggressive and smart. Be smart with him because he'll end up stepping on his dick at some point. Oh my God, this stuff. Kevin Hamlin talking about AJ Allmendinger told Alex Bowman, be smart with him because he'll end up stepping on his dick at some point. I'm just like, number one, Good for AJ Allmendinger to be able to step on his dick. I mean, like, right? Number two, like, that hurts. That's not great that would happen. But we all want that ability. If that's the inconvenience we have, is that we have to tuck it in the sock, I'm all for it. But I can't say that it's probably great to be stepping on your dick. I'm sure that is probably a negative thing to happen in your life. But if you were able to do it, you would let everybody else know that you could. So I don't know. Did he insult him? Is that I don't know. I don't know. I got it. I'm normally only worried about finding it in my Carhartt bit. Oh, exactly. Exactly. Kyle Busch will be coming to pit lane. Ty Gibbs is on pit road. Kyle's got a fast car. He's just got to quit screwing up. And here we go. Everybody's coming to pit road. We'll see how we're doing here. Byron's pit crew has been on fire. 9.2 seconds. Good gravy. That'll probably get him first place. Yep. I mean, Truex obviously is pitting now. So we'll see how it comes back around. What the hell's he in all jacked up sideways? I didn't see how fast that stop was. 10-1. It'll be close. We'll see if the lap tire or the one lap fresher tires and the good pit stop cycles out for Byron. Uh-oh. Oh, Tyler Reddick lost a tire. Oh, wow. That's a loose wheel. That's a suspension. That's a caution. And that is going to F up Tyler Reddick's race. And that is going to send everything in a tailspin when it comes to who's on the lead lap, who's not on the lead lap. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. There you go, Zach. You wanted some excitement. How about the guy that's been running the top four the entire race, losing a tire? Oh, you can definitely he knows it's effed up. I'm just going to put it out there. If I was him, I would try to run with 4 tires. I couldn't imagine what that thing is like to drive with a tire coming off. Wow, this is going to be interesting to see how this all shakes out now. Man, that is not good for him. He's been fast all day, too. Definitely a contender for the win. Hey, we've gained a subscriber since the live stream, so that's good. Let's go to the Twittersphere and see what they say about things shaking up. Wow. Okay. So this is big. Reddick is ruled to be on pit road at the time of losing the wheel. Now that's big because that is a 2-lap penalty if he is not on pit road. So him trying to come down to pit road, and to be fair, he was spinning out on pit road when the tire came off. So he will go to the end of the tail end of the field, Hamlin, Keselowski, and Wallace have not pitted yet. They will get a free pit stop. Hamlin's the only one that's been the fastest out of those 3 drivers. So they're reporting it as 2 laps down on TV, but Jeff Gluck is saying that NASCAR has actually ruled him being on pit road. So that's going to be something if they decide to go with that. And I think right now you're probably seeing on TV him arguing his case to the NASCAR officials that he was on pit road. And you can tell there he kind of likes the answer that he got. Because that's a huge, huge difference. Coming off regardless, they sent it on track with a loose wheel. He didn't make commitment cone. Well, he was spinning. That's why he didn't make commitment cone. On TV, they said he's 2 laps down. Yeah, that'll be interesting. When they come back from the break, we'll see if they stick with that determination. Almirola to the end of the field due to an uncontrolled tire on a pit stop. Hamlin's been happy with his car. Okay. So let me bring this up here. So Tyler Reddick, if you can tell right here, he's already spinning. There's the commitment cone violation, but he's technically already lost his car due to that.
Oh, we got a spin back there. Tyler Reddick's around.
Tire comes off on pit road. If that came off up here, that would be a 2-lap penalty. But technically, because the rule says if the tire comes off on pit road, doesn't have to say you can't go all the way around the track and then the tire comes off on pit road. It just says, did the tire come off on pit road? To answer that question, yes. The tire came off on pit road. Now, the penalty, too, for missing the pit box or the pit commitment cone would be the end of the field or a drive-through penalty. So you can't have the same penalty twice, so he is going to go to the end of the field. That's wild. I mean, that's just absolutely wild. That's a huge break. Here is the rule for losing wheel on pit road. During an event, any loss or separation of an improperly installed tire from the vehicle on pit road may result in a flag status penalty. Vehicle will restart to the end of the tail end of the flag. Or if it's green flag, it will be a pass-through. Any loss or separation of an improperly installed wheel from the vehicle beyond pit road will result in a 2-race suspension, blah, 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 blah. In which the penalty occurred and the vehicle will be assessed a 2-lap penalty. But seriously, because he lost it on pit road, he says it. Let's see what TV says. Yeah. Yeah. Wild. That is unbelievable. So at the end of the day, he's 2 laps down because he's had to come back on pit road. And so he was a lap down. This is how you got to put it this way. He is a lap down because of the pit stop cycles. Now, everybody else will just do the typical drive-by to gain their lap back because there's only 3 cars that hadn't pitted yet. So everybody else will just do the wave around. So they don't have to worry about being a lap down. They'll gain their lap back. And that's why Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, and Brad Keselowski got the free pit stop. Well, he didn't get that. So then he has to come back down, make sure that the brakes aren't messed up and things of that nature. So he lost his first lap due to the fact of when the tire came off during the green flag pit stops and for having to come down to make sure his car's okay. So he technically still gets 2 laps down, but he would be closer to 4 laps down if he didn't get that penalty. So let me get back to the chat. All right. 300. I have to see what those are, but it's pretty pricey for not such a great track. All right. Ready to go back racing here in a minute. We're doing the pit rule, or excuse me, the choose rule. But we're not going to be able to see that, I guess. What, about halfway through this race? Yep, about halfway. Let's see how fast Bubba and Brad are, because they have been terrible. Why is Austin Cindric up there? So Austin didn't take the wave around, so all these other cars that are lap down are up here. Ugh. Yeah. Martin Truex coming to a crawl before getting to the gas. And that backed up Keselowski, and he missed it. He had to miss a shift. Oh, no. Keep it straight. Keep it straight. Oh, and Blaney just smoked the wall. Oh, he's done. All because Brad Keselowski, piece of shit. God, he's terrible. He wasn't even going that fast. That's all an accordion effect because of Brad Keselowski missing a shift. He had to have missed a shift. Brad said he got hit so hard he lost the shifter. Bullshit. Bullshit. You were exponentially slower than everybody else on that restart. You done missed your shift before that even started. Hopefully Kyle's. God, man, see. Blaney says he needs help, so he is He's hurt. He said, I couldn't get straight back. Holy shit, I need help. And as soon as he goes to the ground, they go to a helicopter shot, not really showing you much. And he is back up to his feet. Thank God. Man, it didn't look like he hit that hard. But again, you're going to see an accordion effect right here. And this is all because of Keselowski. Ooh, I don't think Blaney hit the brakes. Yeah, he tried to drive. It looks like he tried to drive to spin him back around. Zach, I think he already missed the shift when he got hit. I agree with you. He got hit. But I think he's using the fact that he got hit is why he missed his shifter. And everybody else was already going. I mean, they wide around him. See, they're winding around him right here. And I don't think he got hit that hard to let go of his shifter. I think he already messed up. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. It looked like he tried to drive to spin it around. Because look, none of the brakes are going. I don't know. Oof. Well, hopefully we don't have to talk about an injury on the weekly show. That is not a safer barrier wall. That's a pure concrete wall. No. No. I don't believe that. And see, if that was a safer barrier wall there, you would see some type of give on that, and you did not. And that's why that's probably the worst nose we've seen in a long time, outside of when Chris Buescher speared Kyle Larson. Oh, boy. So chaos. So see where Kyle Busch, he's currently scored 24th. Alex Bowman 25th. They probably are both pitting. Anything else? I'm pretty sure Blaney's okay. He just lost his breath. We are now halfway through the race. Alex Bowman brings the Ally Racing machine to pit road. He has some damage after getting caught in that crash. Trying to repair the nose. His car should be okay. But again, that was just part of that accordion. So Jared Haas, I lost the shifter, got effing ran over by behind. He said Brad Keselowski did not go on the restart, and I'm with him. I don't think he got hit from behind. Maybe that's just me. I just thought it literally looked like he just missed the shift and went really, really slow. Maybe I'm crazy. As we wait for everything to get sorted out here on Speedway.
You can download the official app of NASCAR. It includes free live scoring, in-car cameras, as well as radio broadcast. All you have to do is search NASCAR in the App Store. You can start a free trial today. Sun setting here on Nashville, Tennessee. Still 34 laps to go in stage 2. Just past the halfway point of this race. We look back from the Coke Zero Sugar base camp.
All right, back to green flag racing. Here we go. And at least this restart looks much cleaner. We got Austin Cindric flying out, but she was going backwards on the last restart as well. He's a lap down. Denny Hamlin's fast. He's been fast. Martin Truex Jr.'s fast. He's been fast. And now we get to see Bubba Wallace, who's been right around 20th all day. So it's all Toyotas up front. William Byron's still there. Ross Chastain. And last time we saw 3 wide racing for about 5 laps. Looks like Byron's probably going to handle Bubba Wallace on this lap. Ooh. Truex now. He's got some speed on the bottom, but can he carry it through? Looks like he's washing up just a little bit because he has to come out of the gas. Man, we got 2 wide racing for 6 spots. That time Hamlin got a good entry, or had to back out of it. He went in a little hotter than he has been. Woo! I'm not sure if Byron moved Bubba Wallace there, but he definitely had him out of shape as it singles out behind him. Bubba Wallace won't be afraid to use his nose or the quote-unquote chrome horn. Teammates racing each other like they're not teammates. Some good racing. He's going to get a little bit of a nose going in. Is it going to be enough to try to clear up? No, it's not. Got to his rear quarter panel. That's it. And that time Hamlin went looped around, and we'll see if Truex has enough to battle back. So we got Hamlin, Truex, Byron, Wallace, Bell, Chastain, Elliott, Dinger, Larson, Jones. First time we've heard of Eric Jones all day this far up the track. Hopefully, in my case, Kyle Busch's car is not all effed up now. He said he had a good car until that last restart. Buescher's down to 14th. Again, a lot of this is just this off cycle due to Tyler Reddick. And Reddick actually should have gained one of his laps back. So that was, no, he didn't gain a lap back. Actually, Cindric was probably the one that benefited from the lucky dog.
Of how it's blocking for air that was going on. It's so close in speed that anything you can do to hurt your competitor, it matters. I mean, it's just
Now you got Bell pushing up,
close in speed all the
trying to get up to the lead for the first time.
Outside of Ross Chastain here, fourth position. That's for fifth.
Yeah, the 1 in 20, they're really close off the 2.
Hamlin with a 2-car length advantage. Now 3-car lengths in front of Mark Truex Jr. and increasing. While Ross Chastain trying to find his way back up front. Chastain up to fifth. Bubba Wallace in fourth. William Byron in third.
Yeah, 9-car Chase Elliott with a good run on the 20 to the inside down the back straightaway. Noses up even into turn 3.
Ooh, Chase on the case now.
Terrell struggling just a little bit. Lost the spot to Chastain. He's going to stay right here on the door down the front straightaway.
Allmendinger will try to capitalize on these guys wrestling.
Christopher Bell fighting in that Toyota to get by the 9 of Chase Elliott.
Toyota's been fast today.
All the racetrack in the shade now. The sun headed down. Starting to change the temperature of this racetrack a little bit. And it's going to give these.
It's amazing in the first stage, and then, half of the second stage, we had nothing. And then you see Tyler Reddick, a contender, to win the race, loses a tire. And then Ryan Blaney, who was having a good race, he gets punted for no fault of his own. Kyle Busch, him, and Alex Bowman all stack up due to Brad Keselowski's mishap on the restart. And just like that, the entire race changes almost.
Here comes Mark Truex Jr. throwing it in low. And a little loose.
He dove it down in there.
Busch and Bowman, neither one have moved an inch.
Trick's like, here we go, man. We're just driving in there.
And now Eric Jones trying to take a spot from Larson. That thing has come out of nowhere.
In practice, Eric Jones, he went out early and qualified, and that really hurt him. But he's driven up through the field. He's sitting there racing for 10th position with Larson.
Chastain trying to take fourth from Bubba.
They need a good run. Been a tough year. 2 top 10s this year.
Remember, Legacy Motorsports will be going to Toyota at the end of this year.
Watching all these great battles at Nashville has been fun, especially that battle for the lead. And it's interesting because Denny Hamlin asked for an adjustment for crew chief Chris Gabehart so he could turn down in the corner. You guys talked about that move where he led a little bit to the outside.
Chastain rockets past Bubba coming out of that turn 2.
That's how he took the lead.
Allmendinger up to 8th.
The last 2 stops, they have made no changes on their race car. They felt really good in practice, just did not qualify where they wanted to. 2 free qualifying. When I talked to Dave Allen, the crew chief, they said they would be disappointed if they didn't finish top 15 today, but a top 10 would be a win for them. They were confident in their car when their driver didn't here tonight.
Eric Jones breaking back into the top 10 as he runs in that 10th spot right now. Hamlin and Truex Jr.
Going to a commercial break while they do that.
lining up front for the
I'll take a quick break myself. I'll be right back.
Advance Auto Parts. I need that diehard power. And the reliability and rugged durability, right? Yes. That's why diehard. Choose diehard.
And Advanced Auto Parts is the home of Die Hard. We'll even install yours for free.
Abuela. She likes to lift tamales.
This is how we advance.
Get a free ticket to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny when you spend $35 at Applebee's. Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
This is ready to online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's bet that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere? And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's weekend. Because we're busy women. We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again? Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
need to try it first.
At PNC Bank, you can find us in big cities and small towns across the U.S., where our focus is to always support the people who live and work there, because you call these communities home, and we do too. PNC Bank.
Get a free ticket to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny when you spend $35 at Applebee's. Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
In Chicago, we take sports seriously. After all, we've seen just about everything. A curse lifted. 6 top sports.
All right, I'm back.
But there's one thing we haven't seen until now.
Really hyping up that street race, huh? Harvick makes his way into the top 10. Kyle Busch, 22nd. Bowman has stayed at 25th. Not a lot of movement. Let's look on Twitter. See if there's anything being said on the radios.
Anywhere from 1 to 3 car advantage over the 19. News this week: Kevin Harvick wrote a letter to Josh Berry because we found out that Josh Berry is now going to be driving the number 4 for Stewart Haas Racing after Kevin Harvick finishes the season. We knew this was his final year. He's going to go to the broadcast booth, work for Fox Sports in the first half of the season. As he steps away, the 47-year-old, 60 career wins, a certain Hall of Famer, as he's got a championship as well. What a career it's been, but that was big news. The naming of Josh Berry will be behind the wheel for next year.
21 of Harrison Burton, currently in the 18th position, qualified 31st. Really, the bright spot for the season for this team has been Darlington. He finished 6th at Darlington. I really think he comes out to qualify.
Nope. Don't look like we have anything of note going on Twitter, on anybody's radio so far. Nope. Larson makes his way back into the top 10. Let's see. Got about 10 laps to go here before the end of stage 2.
Someday. Maybe not tonight, but it's coming.
Well, a lot of us almost forget the fact that he is a winner already in the Cup Series. He won a rain-short race at Daytona at a very young age.
Right.
24 years old now.
Bubba Wallace continues to go backwards, so that car, got a little loose there. It's amazing, too, with Bubba Wallace's vehicles. It seems like he either has extreme speed or not great speed. I mean, he's got good speed, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I just don't – this doesn't ever feel like he makes the best out of his car. There's Blaney.
pretty ridiculous. Obviously, always say I've ever had in my life. So,
Blaney's saying that's the hardest hit he had in his life, and you can kind of tell when he saw or what he was saying there is that. Hold on, let him finish real quick. Yeah, that's why he put the gas in. It's because when he was saying he felt the inertia of the car swinging back around coming off the grass, and he thought once he got to the pavement, he'd just pedal back up and go straight. He did not. So that makes sense. I mean, that's exactly what we were saying. Looks like I do got some rough weather coming in. So we'll see how that works. CNBC does a great job with this stuff too. Fox, they try to do it, but they just don't do nearly as good of a job. And as you can tell in the bottom right of your screen too, Ross Chastain's long run car has come back into form. And it looks like he's got quite a bit of speed building up. He's going to have something to say. Maybe not at the end of this stage, but at the beginning of the next stage. They need a good pit stop. And we've seen that at the end of both stages now, where it was a 1 or 2 car race and now somebody creeping back in. First, it was Chastain and Reddick. And then out of nowhere, it became Martin Truex Jr. and William Byron. Now at the end of this, we're going to have the longest stage. I believe we're really going to have some comers and goers here in stage 3 to where it might look again kind of slow at the beginning of stage 3. But as the night comes in, it's going to get really, really dark here in a little bit. The sun is obviously setting. But yeah, we're going to have 3 or 4 cars coming to the same picture all at the same time, probably at the end of this race, as long as we get to stay green. And obviously, we'll have pit stops at the end of this. I don't think Chastain's going to have enough to get to Truex here on this last lap. Nor do I also think Truex has put a little pep in his step to try to get up to Denny Hamlin, seeing Ross Chastain coming to his rear view. Well, you also can tell that higher line is coming in. It just keeps getting closer and closer to the wall in 1 and 2. I mean, if you remember, about where Denny Hamlin was the line, and now it's, I mean, like two lanes, 2 whole car lanes from the wall now. So an eventful stage for us Kyle Busch fans as Kyle climbs up to 7th place, running on 25 laps longer tires, then gets a speeding penalty because that's Kyle Busch. And then on the restart, after battling back to get to 15th place, gets spun. So it's been one of those years. I think he's got speed, but I don't know how long he's going to be able to maintain it. I mean, there he fell back a couple spots. We'll go through Twitter here during this commercial break to see what we got with everybody else. Not really anything.
your summer, Cincinnati. Make new discoveries with the most versatile lineup of Ford SUVs with the capability and tech that helps you forge new paths. Check out our inventory that's in stock and available now, with truckloads more arriving daily. Or start your search at buyfordnow.com. Get ready, Cincinnati. This summer is yours. Now get an Explorer XL2.
So again, the end of stage 2, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Ross Chastain, William Byron, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, AJ Allmendinger, Kevin Harvick, Aaron Jones. 3 guys that took advantage of that caution that kind of got everybody off kilter. Bubba Wallace started 3rd and only fell to 6th, so that's good for him. Kevin Harvick been outside the top 16 most of the time. And Eric Jones, really haven't heard of him at all the entire race. So good for those guys. Black Flag Matter says that Legacy Motor Club is going to hang a banner for getting a stage point. It's been that type of year. And here we go with pit road. William Byron's pit crew has been on fire today, like they have all year. But William Byron just hasn't been able to maintain that front. 9.5 for Truex. That's good. 9.2 for Hamlin. That's better. 9.2. Hamlin's in first. And then it looks like it's going to go Byron. No, Truex, actually. Bad pit stop for Christopher Bell. Or not Christopher Bell, I'm sorry, for Chastain. Martin Truex said the biggest thing that he needs right now is clean air. Not really anything changing with the track. That's made it difficult yet. Yeah, that's about it. Anything else? Nope, don't look like it. Ross Chastain says car was too tight for the entire run. They made an air pressure adjustment to help Ross rotate in the center. And Denny Hamlin also said his car was too tight. They also made an air pressure adjustment as well. So 2 hours and 20 minutes into the stream. Thank you guys for being here. 111 laps to go.
They charge you a lot. We charge you a little. They put their names on arenas. We put ours on my lower back. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. If this were one of their ads, they'd end it here with a...
So, Duck, so far, man, what would you give the race out of 10, a rating? Curious.
Don't miss your chance to race for the million. Introducing the NASCAR Powerball Playoff. Enter now for your chance to win a VIP trip for 2 to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race at the Phoenix Raceway. With the grand prize winner taking home $1 million. Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR, and home to the NASCAR Powerball Playoff. Next Sunday on NBC and Peacock, NASCAR Cup Series racing on the streets of Chicago. Yeah, that's right. Coverage beginning at 5 p.m. Eastern for the Cup Series. It'll be 4:30 on Saturday for the Xfinity Series. That's on USA. So many great views when you go to Chicago, see the skyline. And right now, Parker Kligerman is enjoying some of that skyline. And from a unique location, I believe you got the fountain right there with you.
Correct, Rick. That's Buckingham Fountain behind me. I've actually also been dousing it just here.
Solid 6.5.
Windy City, what you mentioned earlier is where the Peacock Hitbox is going to be.
A solid 6.5.
Chicago here, Grant Park. Then to the right, you can see how this is going to become the Midway, where you can see all the event merchandise to be sold here.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I've tried as hard as I can to get excited for next week's Chicago race, and I just can't do it.
Guys, I need to win this race on Saturday to go hang out with the Chainsmokers, and also many asking if I win this race on Saturday, I'm going to. It might be legal.
When we went to the racetrack, AJ Allmendinger also said that if he wins the race, he will also jump into the fountain. So you guys are going to fight for whoever gets win there.
That's starting a good tradition. Gets the Brits in Chicago.
All right. Almost fully in the dark now. Ty Gibbs, big winner on that pit road stop. So is Keselowski. Harvick moved up a few spots. Eric Jones dropped out of the top 10. AJ Allmendinger has been wrecked on pit road. Bubba Wallace, way down. Wow, he's now in 16th after finishing 6th. So Wallace and Allmendinger are by far the biggest losers on pit road. I wonder if anything happened. Yeah, nice push there by Ross Chastain to get him up front. So the battle's going to be for second on back. Oh, God, we're 3 wide with Bubba Wallace, AJ Allmendinger, and Kyle Larson, looks like. Austin Cindric got a penalty.
Christopher Bale back there behind him. Christopher been real impressive on restarts tonight, gaining more spots every time.
Oh, my Lord. There's like 5 wide out there.
Oh, man, out there. Kevin Harvick.
47-year-old Kevin Harvick, that's right.
He's driving through the field, passing the 9-car Chase Elliott for position. Chase trying to work back on the inside here. Harvick's got this Ford rolling. They don't really start races out really fast, but they improve as the night goes on, as the day goes on, getting better up to 6th place right now.
Kyle Larson says he can't get the handle of his car. He struggles to get in the corner and is unable to get in the throttle as early as other drivers around him.
So dependent on side force, they were kind of unable to do that. These cars, the way they make the downforce underneath, they can run lap after lap after lap right on each other's door.
I'm not sure anything else. Nope, don't look like it.
Truex gets the advantage, but fighting back on the inside, is he going to be able to get up there? No, Ross Chastain tucks in behind the 19 now.
Daniel Suarez finally back into the top 10. Yep. Logano's up into the top 10. Where's Kyle? He go up? Kyle Busch actually go inside the top 20? Bump and run. Kyle's in 19th.
Somebody's worked themselves into the top 10 after having to start with a backup car. Number 99, Daniel Suarez.
So Reddick is a lap down. If he can be the lucky dog, I mean, he definitely would have some time with 101 laps left, but he needs to work his way up quick and get a penalty quick, or excuse me, a caution quick.
Exactly like the primary. Here's his wreck here in qualifying. And they've done a good job. It's smart, methodical, and work their way into the top 10 after destroying that car.
Dinger has not been able to move up any spots. Kyle Busch is working his way up through the field. Busher, he's in 13th. He's been up in the top 10 for most of the day until recently.
Be patient. You know you have the car. How patient do you have to be? Working up through the field. Start all the way in the back, Junior. Great battle right here between the 43 and the 22 Logano. Eric Jones working his way back up to the field. Logano had a great pit stop right there. He did it right at 17. Came out about 13th and now has picked up a few more to get himself into 11th. So good job by the pit crew and good job by Joey on the restart. Struggle with the pace on this car on the racetrack. He's battling with Gift there on the road and now lost the spot.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of action here in the last few laps. I mean, you got some stuff going on back here, but really up front, I mean, Truex is able to stay within half a second, but really can't do anything to battle for the lead. And if you remember, Denny Hamlin had a really fast car at Sonoma, and he wrecked himself out of that race.
Well, remember, Junior, if somebody wins, that line moves, so it makes it even more difficult. Right now, he's just 9 points back, but we would expect there's a possibility that we could have more than 10 winners that would advance into the playoff.
I have Ty Gibbs winning a race on my pickup car this year. I think he showed improvement enough. You know, I don't know.
Talking about Ty Gibbs, but two JGR drivers that have been in the class of the field today has been Denny. Well, Truex has been there more so than Denny. Denny has just taken advantage of that caution earlier. We'll probably stream next week for the Chicago race just to see what everybody's thoughts are. I think there is going to be a lot of excitement next week. But can it be captured or released by a terrible showing? And I think another thing for me is NASCAR kind of showing its hand because they talk so much about these concerts and all these other things. They don't actually talk about the racing. A race itself should be the thing you're advertising the product of your sport. Like, yeah, it's cool that the chain smokers and Miranda Lambert are going to be there. That's another reason to get people to come over to your race. But you legitimately will not listen to NASCAR or will not hear from NASCAR telling you how great they expect the race to be. It's not there. Now, it could also be a good race if there's just pure chaos. Like nobody's able to do anything, everybody keeps wrecking, things of that nature. That might lend itself to be a good product if there's just complete and utter chaos. And that might be the situation. That would probably be better. Just complete chaos. We don't know what's going to happen. The guy that ends up winning the race, not very good, but wins the race because there's like 14 different wrecks, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I'm guessing it's going to be very boring, and there's not going to be a lot of passing. There are multiple 90-degree corners. This car is not meant to take a 90-degree corner. I mean, you can have like one, if you're kind of doing a chicane, but to just do multiple 90-degree turns is asinine. Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson fighting for a spot after Bubba did the bump and run earlier. It looks like Truex is creeping up on Denny. Definitely could see that being a fight here in the next few laps. Hey, Richmond.
NASCAR weekend at Richmond Raceway. Get your tickets now at richmondraceway.com.
Get more into the races with NASCAR Fantasy Live. To compete, you just have to create an entry by picking 5 drivers plus a garage driver. You can keep tabs on your lineup and even make in-race adjustments to maximize your score. All you have to do is
Tyler Reddick has lost another spot or another lap, so his good car has not had a good day.
you're 1 and 2 separated by about a quarter of a second. A little further back in the field. And it hasn't been the season that Eric Almirola was hoping when he came back after discussing retirement a year ago. Eric Almirola running 26th right now and only one top 10 this year. And I know the question has come up, will he continue on? Or will maybe this year be his final year competing? Wants to spend a little more time with the family. But Smithfield really pulled him back in behind the wheel. Really like that relationship that they have with
Looks like Harvick's now in the top 5. Now in 4th.
Richard and Chase having success together in Xfinity Series. They won 8 races together. This is for the first Cup race for Boswell. Greg Zipadelli was asked about this. He's in charge of competition at Stewart-Haas Racing. He said, I think Richard Boswell's the right guy because he's got to hold Chase Briscoe accountable. Not that he isn't doing the right things, but somebody needs to make sure he has everything, Marty, he needs as a race car driver. Everyone needs oversight, and that's what Greg Zipadelli thinks Richard Boswell will bring, the driver of the 14.
Steve, I found it funny on day 2 that Richard Boswell was Chase Briscoe's crew chief on the Cup side. He sent him a text, and in the text it was a kid and a tidal wave. The meaning, I'm drinking through a fire hose with all the information that I get on the 14 team and on the Cup side as well. But he also said, we've taken some principles from our Xfinity Series days, and we've applied them to the Cup Series car. We'll see if it works. I think it will.
Yeah, I agree with you. Martin has gotten faster. I'm telling you, man, I think this Harvick car is the one to look at. I think after we have pit stop, other people are going to have to be making some moves because Harvick has just marched his way through the field and probably is the fastest car here in the last 100 laps. Bubba Wallace is down to 18th. Ugh. Completely flipped on that. Ooh, 3-way battle here for 10th. Martin is, like you said, Zach, just methodical. I think he's not going out of line. I think he probably could take a different line to get more air because you can tell he loses. And 3 and 4, Hamlin keeps cutting in front of his nose to take that clean air off of him. And he'll probably raise up here in 1 and 2. There he goes again, takes the clean air off of him. I think that he's just kind of riding it out and saying, I'll let you run wherever you want to run. But here in a little bit, I'm going to run a different line and probably catch up. He's probably got the faster car right now, but I think he's just biding his time. With 83 laps to go, it's your teammate. You don't really need to push the envelope. See, he's just running up in different lines, and now you'll see Hamlin go back in front of him. A little bit of a shake there, so he won't gain on the backstretch. I think he's just taking notes at this point. I'm faster here. I can run really good here. So whenever it does come to making a pass, he's able to do that. But Harvick's my guy. He was 3.3 seconds out. Now he's 3.2. Ross Chastain has it under a second. So Harvick's going to be the one that I pay attention to. Let's see see if we got any live odds. Can we make a live bet? Now it's at 3.0. FanDuel's not great for placing live bets, especially in NASCAR. Harvick is at 850. I got $2. Let's throw it down. $2 to win 17. What? Oh my God! And they just suspended. That's what I'm talking about. And Harvick is still at 850, so they decided to suspend that just so that I couldn't place that bet. But yep, I'm placing the bet on Harvick right now. It's at 2.7. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up having the fastest car at the end of this. Currently got 195 with Truex, 195 for Hamlin, 300 for Chastain, and 850 for Harvick in terms of the betting odds. So I made my bet on Harvick. He just seems like he is quickly coming up. We'll see what the lap counter he's currently at. Now it's at 2.2, just shaved another second off. Like you said, Zach, they're coming up on lap traffic. Ross Chastain has shaded off 0.3 of a second. So here in a few minutes, we're about to get a battle. I mean, this definitely could be a 4-way battle here if we don't get green flag pit stops within the next 10 laps. I'm not sure how many more. It's down to 1.9 and 0.4 for Ross. There we go. It's now a 3-way battle. Give it about 6 laps. It's going to be a 4-way battle. Elliott's making his charge. There's Reddick getting passed again. So whatever happened to that car when it lost its tire? Ross Chastain is going to make a move. Him and Martin Truex don't have great blood, but then again, who does Ross Chastain have as a positive influence because even his teammate got in his face and yelled at him at the end of a race. So let's see what Truex can do. Wow, and Truex is kind of falling off. Man, Truex really gets in the corner good, but can't hit the gas. Yeah, you can see Chastain goes to the throttle quicker than Denny Hamlin. Really gets a good hit on that. So it looks like Chastain running a much different entry level and exit strategy compared to the two JGR drivers. It don't really look like anybody's going to fight to maintain the lap. Oh, Ross catching up. That's definitely one of the two choices you get when it comes to Ross Chastain. Either he passes you or he wrecks you. Uh-oh. Ooh, he had a little bit of a wiggle. I don't think he's going to be able to do it here. Oh, but man, he came off the bottom of the track so good. Dang. That's impressive. He's going to slide up in front of him. You know how Ross Chastain rolls. But see, the thing too, Ross Chastain, I mean, he has just the same amount of ability to get loose and wreck and give this spot up. And Ross doesn't have a win yet. I mean, he's run really well in points. And there's Harvick now in the picture. This last pit stop, it's going to be interesting. Who goes in first? Who goes in first and says, I need an adjustment in tires? Because right now, if you're Denny Hamlin, Chris Gabehart usually runs a different strategy than everybody else anyway. If you're Denny Hamlin, I think you got to think about going to pit lane here relatively soon. Yeah, this is going to be a 4-horse race at the end of this race. There's a huge gap between 4th and 5th place of over 4 seconds. So Byron goes by Bell. I'm not sure why we went to Chastain to show that. Harvick's fading back as well. Yeah, Harvick's lost his speed. He's now almost at 2 seconds back now. But I think that's just because everybody else is flat out getting hammered by Chastain. I mean, that's really what it is. Harvick's now 6/10 off of Truex, but everybody else is losing to Chastain. So I think everybody else should jump onto pit road as soon as possible. I wouldn't be surprised during this commercial timeout if everybody goes to pit road or starts to. And we'll have a side-by-side. Haven't had nearly as many commercials and also almost no side-by-sides.
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts
Chevy Silverado has what it takes to do it all. With up to 13 camera views and the C71 off-road package.
This is an interesting thought too, is that Ross Chastain has never won on a traditional oval. So Steve Letarte made that point earlier in the race. He's got 2 wins. One is at Coda, a road course, and the other one's at Talladega, both last year. So maybe his first oval win. He's fast. We're seeing pit stops. Then Allmendinger's going backwards. Suarez is going backwards. So I would definitely guess that we have some people on pit road. And it's about that time. Yeah. Yep, we do. Kevin Harvick's on pit road. Wow, Hamlin's going really up high. Zach, like I said, man. Oh, no. Did he lose a wheel? I deserve this. We got a flat tire. I deserve this. That's what I get for betting on Kevin Harvick. Don't bet on sports, guys.
So it looked like one of the lug on that right side of the 9 must have come off the belt of maybe the changer because it was sitting right next to the car when he came off the pit road. The 19 gets work done, Kim.
And Martin firmly telling his team, I am still tight, center, loose on air pressure adjustment on 4 tires. So no fuel for Martin.
Good pit stop for Truex. Hamlin and Chastain both on.
Serviced his car. He's going to go down into turn 1. Newer tires on the left. He's going to get in front of the 11.
So the undercut definitely paid off for Truex.
I think he was getting held up by his teammate at times, but the one of Chastain has blended off in front of the 19. So as cycle continues, Chastain should be the leader. Let's check this gap right here. I'm not going to give it a number, big number. 30 car lengths. I mean, that's a bigger gap than we had. Great job by the one team and the driver on and off pit road.
That number 1 pit stall was very helpful for Ross.
The thing about Ross is he hasn't been quicker on the initial run from green flag pit stops or from any pit stop. So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to maintain the speed early and if Truex can march him down here early because Chastain's car has gotten better during each run.
Like along the Hunt Road pizza we saw with Kevin Harvick and the tire issue.
You hear it, such an off thought. I guess better than the corner, but at the start finish line, he had to run for an entire lap on that flat tire. You know, perfect. The awful spot is in the corner, you know. So I guess you take what you can. Dave. Christopher Bell is on pit road. He heard from his crew chief Evan Stevens. We see
Yeah, I'm not sure why Kyle is staying out so long.
The call is to probably run all the way out till it needs fuel and hope you get a yellow. Try to catch a break, try to improve the day.
Keselowski out front. Again, has to come to pit road.
Keselowski's coming now.
Now Alex Bowman third, Noah Gregson fourth.
I thought they would run longer. Yeah, I thought they would run longer, but no, they're going to pit right now, Kim.
Kesla or Solomon Plumbing. Never heard of Solomon Plumbing.
Clean stop for the 6 as we see the 20th bell. Let's stay in front of that 8 of Kyle Busch. Busch still needing to come to pit road.
Kyle by far has run the most laps on tires in this race, as he ran like 75 of them earlier.
How long will they stay out, Steve, or what do you think that they want to stay out?
Well, this is 56 laps. I would go all the way to the end. I mean, if you're going to run long, you might as well run completely. Like, don't be stuck in the middle. Either be on the front half of pit stops or be the last cars. That's why I was a little surprised at 6. So I think Busch right here is going to run probably.
You definitely tell him struggling come out turn 4.
Is what they're thinking here, same for Bowman and Gregson. You see a little bit on the left side, the split. You see Chastain, Truex, still 4th and 5th, Hamlin 6th. They'll cycle to the front.
Will that be a situation if they get to Gregson, the second he gets passed by Chastain, would that indicate, hey, I need to come to pit road now?
So 2 things. Getting passed is really just for, it's just for position. It's not a lap. So a couple things go into this. They also have a predictive software that says where they'll blend back on the racetrack, and you don't want to get blended back into a big clump of traffic. So, when I think of just time, loss or gain, these guys have some very predictive programs letting them know what's the best time to come to pit road.
Gregson's coming in.
Now it's just Busch and Bowman that are in front of Chastain, who has already been to pit road. Chastain's teammate, Daniel Suarez, has Tootsie's as their sponsor on the side of the hood of the car at one of the many entertainment spots here at Nashville.
We got it, Connor. This fire has enough tension to take out some blocks.
Oh boy. Right now, this looks like Ross Chastain's race to lose. Still has a 1.2 second lead.
You need to be in a safe place. The storm is moving fairly quickly. Our team of meteorologists have been warning you.
Leading the way with live team coverage.
Dangerous out here, trailers flipped in cars.
This is accuracy in action.
You got about 10 minutes before this gets close to you.
This is WLWT weather.
The Volkswagen Taos, German engineering everyone can relate to. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on the new 2023 Taos or Tiguan.
Here is a city that's a place.
Relatively clean race. Wouldn't see any more pit stops unless we have a late caution. So what you see is what you're going to get. So Kyle's last lap was a 31.1. And Ross Chastain's was a 30.7. So almost half a second quicker. And right now, Truex ran a 37.2. And that looks like it's the quickest lap. Now a 38.08, 38.84, 31.1 again for Kyle. So he's not giving up a whole lot. I mean, 0.3 a second. I mean, he's definitely giving up time. But it's not like he's a second and a half slower out there. Definitely need a caution, though.
Still out on the racetrack and have to come to pit road for their final stop as we take a look at the playoff bubble, and I'll focus in on the 23 of Bubba Wallace, 27 points up. Again, that line could change if, for example, Chastain wins because of the fact that Chastain hasn't locked himself in yet. It'll just change as far as points, how far they're above. But right now, Bubba Wallace, what a strong run he's had here.
Looks like Kyle's coming to pit road. So he will. God knows where he'll cycle out. So that strategy is not going to work at all. And if you know Kyle Busch, he'll probably speed.
Things heating up as Mark Truex Jr. has closed the gap just a bit, and Ross Chastain now has to work around lap traffic.
Martin Truex Jr. is really caught up to Ross Chastain now.
Cedric moves up the racetrack, and both the 1 and 19 go down to the yellow. Oh, look at this. Almost missing pit road is Kyle Busch. And a close call there is Suarez. Just missed the 8.
That's getting all you can on pit road. You give Kyle Busch a lot of credit. Pushed all the limits. I don't know how you could have gotten in any faster than that. I feel like the one car of Chastain, you caught the 2 of Cedric.
Yeah, that would only be exclamation point, Zach, if he was to miss pit road after running all that and getting a pit penalty for going over the choose line. So, but would we be surprised? That's the question. Would we be surprised? Answer no, of course not. So a good finish for Kyle. He's in 17th. I think he definitely could probably get 10th. That's probably the best that could happen for Kyle. That would be my guess, is 10th. I don't know if he'll get to 10th, but I think that would be best case scenario is to get up to 10th. Definitely got a lot of lap traffic coming up too. So this is going to change things here in just a minute.
What is Martin learning right now, running behind this one? Is he watching him as he sees that he's running, trying to figure out where he can take advantage of the different lines that Ross Chastain takes?
Well, Martin knows where his car needs to be better, right? And he's watching Chastain.
Martin looks like he's got better straight line speed on the front stretch. Really good there in 1 and 2. Ooh, big wiggle. Big wiggle. Another big wiggle. While they take a break, I'll do one last time as well. Be right back.
You look back on this day, you might remember the heat wave, or the kiddie pool that definitely looked bigger online, or a burst of strawberry shortcake flavor and real strawberries, swirled into a icy slush, topped with vanilla ice cream, and flurries of sweet, crunchy sugar crisps. Greg, however, will never forget the homemade water slides. Sonic $2.99 strawberry shortcake snowball slush flavor. Sonic.
Advance Auto Parts. I need that die-hard power. And the reliability and rugged durability, right? Yes. That's why die-hard. Choose die-hard.
And Advance Auto Parts is the home of Die Hard. We'll even install yours for free.
Abuela. She likes to lift tamales.
This is how we advance.
From big cities to small towns and on main streets across the U.S., you'll find PNC Bank, helping businesses both large and small, communities, and the people who live and work there grow and thrive. We're proud to call these places home too. We don't want to put down goals. We work to help move everyone's financial goals forward. PNC Bank. People couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
Tell Raymond he's got 31 laps. And congratulations on trying to do something with your kid's present, because we know that's a big deal for him. Kyle Busch already up to 14th. Like I said, top 10 is not out of the question. It'll be tough, but not out of the question. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Who's that washing up the track? Ricky Stenhouse? Ooh, Stenhouse messed up Martin Truex' line there.
Mark Truex Jr. also trying to get by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. so he can keep the fight up with Ross Chastain. He's closed the gap. Mark Truex Jr. looking a little stronger right now than Chastain.
I don't know if he looks stronger, but I do like that you're adding to the ability. Sound like a spill? I'm good, homie. Man, Kyle needs a caution. Not that anybody else cares. Where did Bowman come out? Did he go a lap down because he stayed out so long? Oh, I was below 20th. Yep. Oof. That's tough. I don't know why when I turn, my camera gets me all white. I have some color. Is that F-bomb? Is that an F-bomb? I like the unedited F-bomb. Hell yeah. Ross is just better out of the turns. I feel like Martin gets in the turns better, but Ross is just able to get to the pedal faster.
Maybe change his style going into the corner so he can close the gap.
I don't feel like Truex is trying to slow his corner entry up. I think Truex is just focused on not being in the lane that the one car is in. Just be somewhere
Terrible.
that he isn't. I feel like that's Truex's goal. Not really changing, his corner entry speed the way we saw the one car.
Ooh, he caught up on him good on that turn.
That we ran was over. Truex won, Chastain second. So something about concrete that these drivers and teams they like.
Oh!
Chastain.
Oh!
Ow! And Truex Jr. had to slow down.
They're having a hard time getting to Eric Almirola. Eric's running the bottom, giving him plenty of room at the top of the racetrack. Here comes the one. He wants to get to that side.
Can't.
He can't do it.
It's like hitting a brick wall.
See if you go to the inside now, the 10 all the way down to the yellow line.
Who's after Almirola?
We'll take a quick break. You won't miss a thing. Things heating up. 24 to go from Nashville.
Here comes Bowman. He's got fresher tires than everybody else, so he's going to pass by people too, which will make things more confusing. Takes the air right off the nose of Truex. I thought we'd have at least a 3-man race, but it looks like it's going to be, as long as there's no cautions, it's just going to be these two. And Bowman needs to just get up there and go to. Oh, man, it's about to get wild right here. It's about to get wild right here. He's going to send it. Jeez, that might be a race-winning move right there. That was ballsy. That was freaking ballsy. That put a huge gap between him and Truex, because Truex cannot get to Bowman because Bowman's got fresher tires. And now here, yeah, that's big. Wow. What a move. That's a race-winning move right there. I mean, you're talking probably a second now. I didn't think. Well, it's Ross Chastain. If you don't think that there's a chance he's going to do it, he'll do it. He's going to send it. You got to give him props for that. Nobody else would send it. He's going to send it. The Crayon 301? Is that a British girl doing New Hampshire? I don't get it. It's definitely not the hell yes you want it to be. Kyle Busch is up to 12. 2 seconds behind 10th. He needs a caution. He's quick. 30.9, quickest lap on the track.
Between the leader, Chastain, and the 19 of Truex, and that's allowed Chastain to get this healthy lead with just a few laps to go in this race.
Will we get a caution? That is the question.
so hard. We need to win right now, and they're 17 laps away from doing it, Kim.
At this point, Martin Truex Jr. is very
Coming down to 16 to go. Truex, he's got to have one more run in him, and I just don't know if he's got it now. That I'm telling you, that move to pass those two cars in the middle, that's probably the race winning move. Byron's quiet today. Elliott's solid. Larson's solid. It's funny, the Hendrick guys, I mean, they're gonna have 4, 5, and 6, and haven't hardly talked about any of them. It's just been a methodical top 10 day, top 5 day for most. Kyle Busch is in 11th now, about 1.6 seconds off of top 10. I think he definitely will get a top 10. I said that would be good, and so far it's been good enough. Very eventful day for Kyle Busch. Probably had a lot better than a top 10 car. Oh, but when you speed on pit road, then get hit the next time by, that happens. I'm be curious to see if Legacy Motor Club does any better with Toyota next year. I mean, that's just one team I thought would be really good, and they have been horrific. I mean, just horrific. So, Allmendinger with another good run. It's been right around 0.6 of a second. We'll see if this changes.
Sits on the pole, first career pole, and then if he can win at a track like Nashville, while this doesn't look like on the racetracks, it's concrete, it's a mile and a third, it's still the concept, right? This is the aero package, the engine package. This is what we see for the majority.
So Chastain win would kick Bowman out of the playoffs.
It's going to be a huge confidence booster. Nashville, while it doesn't look like on the racetracks, it's a pressure cooker for Trackhouse because this is kind of their home racetrack. So when you can come with the pressures on and perform, which we saw Chastain do in the playoffs last year with that move at Martinsville.
What are you doing, lighting? What are you doing? Why do I look like I'm going to heaven? Look at that. What are we doing? Come on, man.
Without some big gobble of lap traffic for this one car to navigate, he just kind of drives very sharp.
And Kyle Busch is in 10th place.
Truex doesn't have much of a shot here. This one car really strong on the long runs.
Yep.
All night, getting better and better as the sun went down in the night. The track cooled off. Sort of equalized this 19 car and all the Toyotas. The Toyota's been really strong over the last several weeks. Here's a Chevrolet out front, late again in Nashville, just like last
Any Fords in the top 10? No. First Ford. Is Ryan Preece the first Ford? And 16th? Oh, Brad Keselowski. I'm a jackass. I'm sorry. Brad Keselowski in 11th.
right rear spoke. So what he's saying is that he pushed really hard in the run, was leaning on that right rear tire, trying to get the car turned, and now it doesn't have grip. And now he's too loose to go to the throttle and be as aggressive with his car as Chastain. And that's been the strength of the one.
I understand that, Zach. That's a smart thing to do. I wish it would have let me cash out my Harvick bet. It did not. That'd have been cool, though. Nope. Cash out unavailable. It's too bad.
is not driving all that great either. Everybody's out there on their old wore-out tires. Everybody's got some sort of balance issue they're dealing with. That's hard for Truex to hear at this point.
Yeah, 50 laps right now for Chastain and Martin Truex Jr.
I think for the 19, he's got one more push in him, right? We look at coming to 6 to go, and there's a kind of a little group of cars just in the middle of 1 and 2 right now, and I just wonder when the 19 is going to, or excuse me, when the 1 and the 19 are going to catch this group of cars.
One of those being that 38 of Todd Gilliland. He'll be the next one that they catch up to.
Joe Logano and the 7 car of LaJoy, little contact right there. Down into turn 3 as they go around the 38 car.
It's been interesting with Logano, man, that he has just been either solid or just absolutely forgettable.
We saw Bowman's one of those cars. We saw Bowman stay out forever, so he's got a little better tire. So he's pushing the issues on these guys, Marty.
Jeff Vickers hold down for 5 more laps for Ross Chastain. He admitted in the media center earlier this week, I take to heart what people say about me, sometimes to his detriment. But if this does hold out and they do win, how dangerous could this team be? Because we know confident Ross Chastain could be a guy who win the championship. What do you think, Jeff?
I don't think there's any doubt. I think that Ross Chastain almost won it last year. I mean, he had a good shot last year. I think the confident Ross Chastain
Coming on 3 to go.
Push coming from this 19 car. Has he got anything left? 3 laps to go.
He made up about 0.3 of a second.
I noticed he's just a little bit quicker, and he's really driving this car deep into the corner.
Oh, wow.
Can he get to the throttle right here off the 2?
Worried that the tires are wearing away on him. If he has a chance, it's going to happen here real soon. Coming up on 2 laps to go.
He's found a little something right there in that middle of 3 and 4. Just not enough.
2 more times around.
We lost a lot on the front stretch.
An historic weekend for Trackhouse Racing. They gained their first pole yesterday. It was his first pole.
Ooh, we gained quite a bit there.
Trying to close it out. He's led the most laps today.
There's just no way he'll get there, though.
Martin Truex Jr. trying to keep the momentum up. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Justin Marks and Pitbull put this team together. A year ago, both teams were able to win, both cars, with Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain. And as you mentioned, made a run for the championship, was in that final 4.
Yeah, that was the last he had for him. Ross Shitstain with the dub. Watermelons are in danger tonight. Kyle did pass the dinger on the last lap. Well, not a bad race. I thought it'd be a lot more interesting, to be completely honest. But Ross Chastain gets the dub. He was on the pole, quick all night. Pretty uneventful race. Not a lot of stuff going on. Zach, I thought the same thing. I thought we'd have a lot more excitement there towards the end of this. But no, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what next week has for us. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. That's the only thing that I can say about it. I have no positive expectations for it. I think it's going to be NASCAR trying to reach a market and sacrificing its racing product. But good for NASCAR. When's Ross Chastain get in victory lane? He's become a polarizing figure in this sport that everybody talks about. And now People are going to talk about him, and oh, the hell's Daniel Suarez doing? Dear God. Daniel Suarez tries to go cheer on his teammate and cuts in front of Chase Briscoe. That, ladies and gentlemen, has been Chase Briscoe in a nutshell. But no, congratulations to Ross Chastain, first race on NBC. Pretty good showing, at least for NBC. Did the best they could with that. So, yep, that's going to be it for myself. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been Stuck in the Catch Fence. We'll see you on the weekly show. Thank you.